Architecture, like any field, has its jargon. If you spend any time talking to architects, you'll find that some of the jargon is simply straightforward descriptions of architectural elements. But when talking about aesthetics, the conversation gets a little more abstract. In either case, in this episode of Architecture Minute, let's take a look at words with architects. Fenestration is an interesting word. It refers to the arrangement and design of windows, derived from the Latin word for window, fenestra. We could just say windows, but it's fancier to say fenestration. Balustrade is simply a railing design of any type, traditional, modern, or hyper-stylized. They are all balustrade. And as you may have guessed, the vertical supports in a balustrade are the balusters. You may also have heard banister. What the heck is that? It's simply the handrail atop the balusters. And let's not forget the terminating element of a balustrade, the newel post. What is meant by architectural orders? This applies to classical architecture. It describes the 5 distinct styles or orders of Greek and Roman architecture. 3 of these styles originated in ancient Greece. Doric is the simplest and oldest order. It has fluted columns that terminate with a simple column cap or capital. The Ionic order is usually considered more elegant. The curvilinear elements of the capital are called volutes. And the Corinthian order is more ornate, detailed with acanthus leaves. 2 additional orders come from classical Rome. The Tuscan order is very simple. You might say of this and the Doric order, less is more. The Roman composite order is more complex, combining elements of the Ionic and Corinthian styles. Now some words that are a little more abstract. Tectonics refers to the materials in a building and how they are expressed. Architects get into heated debates about the honesty of a building, which is really a discussion about tectonics. Gravitas. The stonemason on one of my Las Vegas projects said, "This house has gravitas." He meant the project has visual weight and earthbound quality. That was my intention. Perhaps you can see it for yourself in these pictures. Architects sometimes borrow words from other disciplines. Music, for example. We've discussed some of these terms in previous videos. Here's a quick review. Theme, variation, and development. In music, especially classical music, a composer will establish a theme. Variations on the theme are created. Then the theme and variations are developed in more detail. It's the same with architecture. We designed this home in Denver. The visual theme is horizontal planes of cantilevered parapet walls. Variations on this theme are developed with emphasis at the main entry. Keep in mind, multiple themes can exist in the same design. Rhythm is the backbone of music and can be an organizing force in architecture. In Frank Lloyd Wright's Hollyhock House, for example, an abstract hollyhock is used rhythmically. You can feel the heartbeat of the house in the measured repetition of this 3-dimensional decoration. Counterpoint in music can be demonstrated in a Bach fugue. Listen as the main theme is joined by another line of music. The 2 themes intertwine in counterpoint. Counterpoint occurs in architecture too because multiple themes are always going on. Window arrangements, distribution of materials, structural expression. You will find counterpoint in great architecture. We could go on with other words that architects use: context, repose, minimalist, transition, spatial hierarchy, parametrics. We'll save them for future episodes. For now, I hope this short review will enhance your enjoyment of architecture.